Hey friends, welcome back to Essentially Jessi. I'm Jessi and today I have a Dillards haul for you. I picked up some things that I have had my eye on for a while and I found two new fragrances that I think I'm going to enjoy. So let's get to it. What's in the box? I love Tom Ford. It took me a while to really appreciate the nose behind Tom Ford, to really understand Tom Ford. These are very complex fragrances, but I'm in love now. So the presentation on these bags is really cute. The bow is tied in the top. I love my friend Jamie that's at Dillards. She always takes such good care of me and has kind of learned the things that I like and the things that I don't like. But I will say that in my haul today, there's very diverse variety of fragrances and things that I like about them. The first Tom Ford that I wanted to show you guys is Tom Ford Noir pour Femme. Jamie had showed me this maybe 6 to 8 months ago and I thought, I don't know. And I ended up buying another Tom Ford instead. And honestly, I thought it smells similar to me, the dry down does, to Black Orchid. So why do I need them both? But then I realized I need them both. So it comes in this beautiful black and gold bottle and I did purchase the 1.7 fluid ounce. It comes in this really beautiful black and gold bottle. These are, I believe that this is the only fragrance that comes in a bottle like this. It is ribbed and black, just like the Black Orchid bottle, but obviously has a different cap and it is beautiful. I contemplated over getting the regular Noir instead of the Noir pour Femme or the Noir Extreme. There are so many options and I ended up going with this because the longevity on this is just better. Even though this is Noir pour Femme, this is definitely a unisex fragrance. This is so pretty. So in the opening, I like it. Definitely a Tom Ford, but the dry down with the creamy vanilla is just gorgeous. This is a beautiful date night fragrance. This is a beautiful fragrance for fall. This is daytime appropriate as long as you don't overspray. It is a Tom Ford, typically they're beast, so be careful with that. This is not nearly as beastly as the Black Orchid is. That one is 1 to 2 sprays max during the day. I would say you can go in with 3 to 4 during the day on this. The longevity is stellar. At nighttime, I might go up to 4 to 6 sprays. I don't know, depends on how I'm feeling. But this is beautiful. This is Tom Ford Noir. And I do have a full review of Tom Ford's Black Orchid and a few other Tom Ford reviews. So you can check them out in the description box below. Next up, I bought 2 travel sprays of 2 Tom Fords that I've had my eye on for a while. I couldn't really decide if they were full bottle worthy, and honestly, I have my eye on a few other Tom Fords, but these are the other 2 that I selected. So this is Oud Wood by Tom Ford. It comes in this shiny packaging, and this is a 10 milliliter bottle. So it's a pretty good sized travel spray, and it's pretty. It doesn't say on the package what it is. That is very interesting. I honestly haven't unboxed this until now. But I smelled Oud Wood probably a week ago for the first time ever. I always just assumed that it leaned more masculine and then I wouldn't be interested in it because I feel like more men wear it than women, but I was wrong. This is so nice. It is so nice. I just kept going back to it and I thought, I don't want to buy that. It's really, I feel like it's a men's fragrance. And I just kept going back and I was like, wrap it up, give me the travel spray. It is very woodsy, but in a really nice, soft, delicate way. Oud Wood is probably the most popular Tom Ford fragrance of all time. And everyone wears Oud Wood. And I almost didn't want to get it or smell it because of its popularity. I don't want to smell like everyone else. I was honestly scared that Oud Wood would smell more like a lumberjack, and boy, was I wrong. It is a gorgeous fragrance for the office. This could totally be your signature scent. I can completely see why this is so popular. The cap is magnetic, which I like. I love the packaging. I do not like the fact that it doesn't say what it is. Obviously I can smell it, but I wish it had a sticker or something on the bottom just telling me what it is, but this is signature scent worthy. This is daytime appropriate. This is nighttime appropriate. I was so thrilled that it didn't smell like a lumberjack. I don't know, that's just what I had in my mind. And this is very suit to work every day appropriate. This is very jeans and a white t-shirt appropriate. This is feminine enough for me. I love the woods in this. I can't wait to try it out. I also can't wait to, now that my nose has smelled it, see if I can smell it on other people through a mask. I don't know. Next up is Tom Ford Noir de Noir. I've had my eye on this for quite some time. I smelled it about a year ago. Again, I think Tom Fords sometimes have to develop in my memory. I don't know how to say that, but I feel like they are really special, unique fragrances. And the first time you smell a Tom Ford, you may get overwhelmed and think, there's a lot going on here. With this one, there's a lot going on here. And I really think that I want to do a comparison on the Tom Ford Noir and the Noir de Noir, because they both have noir in the name of them, and they both have similar but very different trajectories in the end. This bottle, or this case, is gold with the black matte finish, and I'm not sure if the actual full bottle is a matte finish or is glossy like the Oud Wood. This is also a 10 ml spray bottle. Ooh, this is pretty. So this is more of a brown, like cocoa colored with gold on the top. Again, no label. I wish they were labeled, but I don't know what it is. So, oh, this is so pretty. I love everything about this. And the noir dries down to a really nice vanilla. This keeps quite a bit of character throughout the longevity of the fragrance. This is the first time I've unboxed this, but I did get a sample of it and loved it. So I ran back last weekend when Dillards had a sale and I bought it. This also has a really nice magnetic cap, and it's a great size. I'll keep it in my bag, but it's substantial enough. I do like that it's in a hard case, because a lot of travel sprays are in glass, and I'm always scared that it will fall over the glass sprays and bust, and I don't want to waste my fragrance. So it's really nice that this comes in a metal case that will really protect your fragrance. It also protects it from sun and light damage, because you want to keep your fragrances in darker bottles, just like you would with essential oils. This is Tom Ford Noir de Noir, and I can't wait to wear this. I feel like this is probably more nighttime appropriate because there is a lot going on in this fragrance, but it is beautiful. This is definitely unisex, and I'm just really looking forward to wearing it. Next up, we have this gorgeous fragrance by Valentino. It's called Voce Viva. I love this packaging. It is so classic Valentino, but it is beautiful. So let's check it out. I love the red box that this comes in. I did get the smaller 1 ml size because I was purchasing several fragrances, and I really wanted to get the full effect of this bottle, but I just wanted it in a smaller size so I could purchase more fragrances and test them out for you guys. This is so cool. I love the packaging. I'm not a huge packaging person, but this looks almost like a whiskey glass with the 2 sides indented and then these flat. It has these studs on top, which is so typical Valentino. It has the red. That's the favorite color of Valentino. It is such a fun bottle. The sprayer is really good. It is nice. It is crowd pleasing. I feel like this is a safe blind buy. This is a little bit spicy, but not too spicy. This is not anywhere close to like Tom Ford spicy. It just has a little something in it that makes it interesting. Maybe pink peppercorn or something like that. I may do a full review on this. I actually wore this last night to a little get together outside, social distancing, with the next fragrance that I'm going to wear. And it was interesting to see who liked which one better, because neither one was the overwhelming crowd pleaser. Not that there were a lot of people there, but this is a really nice fragrance. So if you're in a department store, check out Valentino's Viva Voce. So one of the great things that I like about going to my local Dillards and sticking with the same sales rep, I'm not sure what they are called technically, but I love going to see her, experiencing new fragrances with her, and also getting samples. So when I was sampling the Tom Fords, I just always have a hard time picking. That's why I got a full bottle of the Noir, but then smaller bottles of the Oud Wood and Noir de Noir, because I just couldn't pick. And I want more, unfortunately. Does that sound terrible? That sounds terrible. But she showed me Lost Cherry, so I got a little decant of that, and I'm really excited to try it out. I'm not a huge cherry fan, honestly. I really don't like almond, cherry, and what's the other one? Honey. So I was nervous because a lot of times cherry and honey kind of go together, or almond and honey go together. So when I first heard that Tom Ford came out with Lost Cherry months ago, I thought, I'm not even going to smell it because I'm just not interested. I'm not excited about it. And she said, really, you need to smell it, give it a fair shot. I smelled it and I said, ooh, I like that. This doesn't smell anything like what I expected, because Tom Fords are so deep and rich. Not to say that Lost Cherry isn't, it's just not as deep and rich as Noir de Noir or Black Orchid. There's still a lot going on there, but it is brighter than what I had anticipated. So I'm excited about trying out the sample and letting you guys know if it's full bottle worthy. Up next is Rebecca Minkoff. This is her very first fragrance. The neatest thing about this is the bottle is made from recycled glass. The cellophane is not your typical plastic cellophane. Everything is environmentally friendly. I purchased the 1 fluid ounce of this, and I'm almost already wishing that I had bought a bigger bottle. So last night we went to a little get together outside, and I wore this on one hand and I wore the Viva Voce on the other hand. And it was really interesting to me because this does have leather. The cap is really cool. It has leather on the top of it, and the bottle is stunning. But basically this entire fragrance is made from recycled materials. It has leather on the top, so it lets you know that there's gonna be a little leather inside. I'm wishing I'd bought the bigger bottle, seriously. The atomizer works like that. Let's find a spot. Oh yes, this is so nice. This is definitely a unisex fragrance. A man or a woman could wear this. If you are not sure if you're into leathers, this is not a safe blind buy. The cap is not magnetic, it snaps into place, but I can appreciate that it does stick on the top snugly. This is a really nice fragrance. When I first smelled it, I thought this reminded me a little bit of Ombre Leather by Tom Ford, but in a much more feminine way. So Ombre Leather is one of my favorite fragrances, and this goes in that direction ever so slightly, but has a more feminine touch to it. But still, I believe this remains unisex. The box is more peachy pink, but it is truly unisex fragrance. I love everything about the packaging. I especially like that it is made from sustainable materials and processes. For Rebecca Minkoff's first signature fragrance, she knocked it out of the park. This is incredible. Again, if you don't like leather, don't blind buy this. This is not gonna be your typical rosy, flowery, fruity floral fragrance, but it is definitely one to get your nose on and maybe revisit. I feel like the initial spray, I thought, I don't know. And then I smelled it again and I thought, this is too good. This is really, really good. So the more I went back to it, the more I loved it. And the more I wear it, the more I love it. This is Rebecca Minkoff's EDP. My newest Creed purchase, I only have one other Creed, and it's my husband's. But this, I smelled and I thought, I need that. When I was in Dillards the other day, they had the gorgeous new Creed counter, and I thought, I want to smell some of those. I recently did a review on a Creed sample set, which included 5 or 6 Creed fragrances, but there were several more that I wanted to smell. And Aventis Cologne was not in my sample set, and boy, was I missing out. Because it is called Aventis Cologne, and we all know there's an Aventus for men, which is very popular. My guy wears it and loves it, and I love it when he wears it. And then there's Aventus for her. So I thought, why would I need Aventis Cologne? It's got to smell somewhere in between. I don't know. This does smell somewhere in between, but it definitely leans more masculine to my nose. This is a unisex fragrance from Creed. This is Aventis Cologne by Creed. This is beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. It's not quite as fruity, I don't think, as the original Creed. It still has some fruits. I would say that this might lean a little more masculine, but honestly, I sprayed it on myself the other day and I asked a few men if they liked it, assuming that if it was too masculine, they would tell me it's too masculine. And all three of them said, that's really nice. I like that a lot. So it's not nearly as feminine as Aventus for her. This is a fresh, clean scent, but it has some depth to it. It's not just a soapy, clean scent. And this has got beast mode projection and beast mode longevity. So while this does carry a heftier price tag, and I got 15% off, it will last and last. I would say 3 to 4 sprays max, and that's probably only at night. If I was going to the office, I would probably spray 1 to 2. This really projects, it really lasts, it's worth the money. That's part of the reason why I love doing fragrance reviews, because I want to know that if I'm spending the money on a fragrance, that it's going to last, that it's going to have good projection, that I'm going to really enjoy how the fragrance develops. When you go smell perfumes like I did the other day, I went in one day and I smelled a bunch. I got a couple of samples, I took them home and I wore them. And then I kept smelling the samples, the cards that we had sprayed, because as the fragrance develops, it develops different on paper than it is going to develop on your skin just because of the chemistry. But I wanted to smell the dry down. So sometimes you'll smell a fragrance when you go to the fragrance counter and you'll think, oh, I love this perfume. And then you get it home and you think, oh, wow, this really changed, because I wanted something that smelled bright like lemons and oranges. But then the dry down is rose and patchouli, and it's just not what you wanted. So it's important to get samples, go smell, come back to things. Honestly, the best way that I like to sample fragrances is on my skin, because I want to experience it, experience the opening, but then I want to come back to it in 20 or 30 minutes and decide, is this the dry down I'm looking for? Can I even still smell it? Is it going to be worth the money? If it's not there after 2-3 hours, I think, well, I'm not going to spend $75 of my hard-earned money on a fragrance that's not going to last. But some people prefer skin scents. That's just my personal opinion. And I'm loving this Creed. I really think that it is worth the money because it is so beast mode and it is so long lasting. Creed Aventus is a new love in my fragrance collection. This has been such a fun Dillards haul. I really enjoy going to my local Dillards or local department store and going back to the same sales associate. Do you have a favorite place to shop for fragrances? Do you have a favorite person to go to? I love Jamie, and you guys should go find yourself a Jamie, because it is worth the experience. It makes the experience better. It makes the experience more enjoyable and less confusing. Sometimes I smell a fragrance and I think I really like this, and then she's like, but wait for the dry down because you may not like it. Or she'll say, you should really smell this, and I think, oh, well, I don't even like that brand, or I don't like anything else from that brand. And she'll say, but you really do need to go get your nose on it and see what you think and give it a shot. And so that's why I picked up the Valentino and the Rebecca Minkoff off of her recommendations. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and hit that little notification bell to be notified of future videos. You can check out my other haul videos in the description box below. Smell you later.